Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to tell you my reading goal for 2025. 2024 was a really good year for me. I read 24 books and mostly of them were fantasy and romance, but basically because I read a lot of romantasy, so those were the most. I think for this year most of them are still fantasy, so yeah, I want to diversify, but I started a lot of fantasy series, so I need to finish them, and because of that I think I cannot diversify a lot my reading. But yeah, let's see what we can do, right? My average rating was 3.86, and I think was a good year. I think this rating is okay. Could be better, yes, if I haven't read bad books in November and December. November and December were a bit tragic for me in books, like not completely tragic. I just felt that I couldn't feel enough with any book that I read. So I basically rate them like 3 stars. I think the maximum that I rated on November December were like 3.75, just that. Anyway, I hope this year will be a great year for us in general, not only for reading, but a great year in general. I hope you are already having an amazing start of the year. And those are my 25 books that I want to read in 2025. The first one is Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson. I started reading Brandon Sanderson by Skyward, and Cytonic is the third book of the series. I am at 36%. I'm enjoying a lot. I have some things to tell you, but I won't, because I want to record a review after I finish, so I won't tell you anything, but I'm enjoying. The next one is Edgar Allan Poe Volume 2. Is a Brazilian edition, and I completely fell in love with Edgar Allan Poe some years ago when I read Volume 1 of this collection of stories of him, and it's been ages that I'm saying that I'm going to read the Volume 2, but I never did. So now is the time, because I'm missing. I think he's brilliant, and he's brilliant both in horror and mystery. I think he writing mystery is really good. Oh my god, I wish he would be alive still, so we could have more things of him. Anyway, the next one is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, and this is very famous on TikTok, which makes me think, because the topic of this book is very ordinary, it's very general. We already saw this in like tons of books before, but even so he got famous, so he must have something different, something special, and I'm very curious about it. But anyway, if you don't know what the Spanish Love Deception is about, basically we are going to follow Lina, that is a Spanish woman living in the United States as an engineer, and her sister is going to marry, and she needs a +1 to bring to the marriage, because the brother of her sister's fiance is actually her ex-boyfriend. So she doesn't want to appear there alone, so she have 1 month to convince someone to be her fake boyfriend, and obviously the one that will accept the job is the guy that she hates on her job. So a classic one, as we can see, and I'm just interested to see what it is, like what is the fuzz about. The next one is The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. It will be my first book of Anne Rice. I don't know why I haven't started by Interview with a Vampire. I have no idea. But I decided to start with The Witching Hour, and that's it. This is a story about a doctor who end up resurrecting a guy, and this guy comes back to life with some powers that she doesn't understand, he doesn't understand, and they get connected and they will try to solve and discover why she has these powers now, and they will discover that those powers came from curse on her family made by a demon centuries ago. That's what I understood from the synopsis. I'm very intrigued and I can't wait to start it, even though I'm afraid I will get a bit scared, depending on how the author writes all those stuff, about spirits and demons and etc. and witches in general. The next one is The Pairing by Casey McKinston. I love Casey. I love Red, White and Royal Blue. And I think this will be another book that will make me laugh a lot and suffer a bit as well. Because we have our two main characters. They were in love, they were friends before being in love, and now they are separated. But they had a ticket for a Europe tour. This ticket is about to expire, and they decide coincidentally to use the ticket on the same period. And now, after 4 years separated, they will see each other again, and they will have to stay together for 18 days traveling around Europe. Very romantic, but also very complicated. The next one is Misery by Stephen King. Will be my first book of Stephen King. I decided to start with Misery because Misery is more a thriller, suspense, and I think I'd rather go for a thriller than a horror to start. In this book, we will see an author suffering an accident and being helped by his number one fan, but his number one fan is actually completely crazy and will kidnap him because he killed the main character of his series, and this person is completely mad about it, and she thought that kidnapping him would be a great idea. And from what I understood, I think she would force him to rewrite the end of the series so the main character stay alive. I think it was a great idea, but kids don't do that at home. The next one is For Dead Queens by Astrid Skolt, and it's a fantasy where this kingdom is divided in 4 parts, and each one of the parts is ruled by a different queen, and apparently someone is trying to kill all the queens, maybe, and of course I think to get all the power for itself. And happened that the messenger of one of these queens discover that someone is trying to kill them, and he will try to figure it out who is the assassin. But the thing that intrigued me is that I believe that this has so many potentials, because in the synopsis say that the queens hide a lot of secrets. So I think I love this book because of that. I love intrigue, I love drama, I love the hush-hush between the corridors of the castle, I like it, I love it, and I think this is exactly the type of this book. The next one is The Fire Cross by Diana Gabaldon, book number 5 of Outlander. I am obsessed with Outlander, if you don't know already. And this book, I watched it, the season 5, I watched it, and it was so painful for me, because here specifically Jamie has always Claire too, but Jamie, I don't know how much suffering this guy can handle, apparently a lot. but he will be forced in this book to work for the English army. And like if you know all the history of Outlander, you know that just that would already like completely madness to him after all the things that the English army did to him, all the English themselves did to him, and now he has to work for them, and like he has such a bitter feeling, you know, and I felt it during the entire season, and I think I will feel it again when I read this book. Anyway, I will not say much about this because it's the 50th book, so if I tell anything else it will be a spoiler. But if you don't know the series, if you don't know the books, please read and watch it because it's amazing, especially if you love historical romance or historical books in general. The next one is The Sun and the Star by Rick Riordan, the most weighted book of Nico and Will, and I can't wait to read this one. Apparently they will make a journey through the tortures, and I can't wait. Like the journey of Percy and Annabeth there were wild. I love that book, and I think this will be just as amazing as any other book that Rick Riordan wrote. So yeah, I'm a big fan, okay? Respect me, I'm a big fan. The next one is Lighting the Flame, is the second book of the Flash and Fire series of Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love From Blood and Ash, and I'm loving Flash and Fire. I can't wait to read this second book. Again, I'll not say much because the second, so I don't want to give you any spoiler, but I'll probably make a vlog of this one. I want it. I feel that this one deserves a vlog. The next one is another Brazilian book called O Vilarejo, and it's about 7 stories, and for what I understood, in each story a person will be haunted by a different type of demon. So I'm very intrigued. I already read one book of this author, Rafael Montes, and he's amazing. Like his writing it's very graphic and brutal, so I'm expecting anything less. The next one is The Song of Achilles, and another famous one. I'm sure that you already heard about this book, and I think will be a very poetic and dense and beautiful and romantic book. I don't know, I'm expecting this, so if it's not, I'll blame TikTok. The next one is Love You From Afar by Morgan Page, and this one is the one that I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it, because these two people are in a road trip and they have a lot of chemistry. They already got involved some time ago, but person B is the fiance of person's A brother, and they are in a road trip together. Why? I don't know. I'm just hoping that they don't cheat on the brother, you know. I'm just hoping that. That's it. The next one is The Other People by CJ Tudor. I love CJ Tudor, and in this one we will follow 3 stories that combine, and one is about a man whose daughter got kidnapped. The other is about a woman that lost someone she loves. We don't know who, neither how. And the other are about 2 women. I don't understand on the synopsis if it's like mother and daughter, friends, sisters. I don't know. I just know that they are 2 women running from their death. so I understood that someone is trying to kill them. And somehow those three stories will get intertwined, and I'm really curious about how this is going to happen and why. The next one is A Season of Monstrous Conceptions by Lina Rather. This is a book that passed on the 17th century in London, and apparently some babies are being born unnaturally, and people start to think that this is coming from the devil, maybe a curse. And Sarah, there is our main character, is someone who kind of understands those type of things. Apparently she has some powers, I don't know. And one day she is hired by a woman that is pregnant, and she's hired to help in the pregnancy, in the labor. And I believe that the baby of this woman get born with this thing that we don't understand what it is, and now Sarah will have contact with this thing, and maybe she will have to help this family to deal with this and to understand what is going on. This is what I got from the synopsis. I was very intrigued by it. First I was intrigued by the cover, then by the synopsis, and I am with high hopes for this one. The next one is A Soul of Ash and Blood, book number 5. I guess this is book number 5 of From Blood and Ash. I don't know what to talk about this one because the reviews that I get from this is like, or people loved it or people hated it, and I'm scared. I'm scared because knowing Jennifer by everything she did on From Blood and Ash, I know that she's capable of just write things just to get some time and make us wait for get answers just on the next book. So I'm scared. I'm a bit scared, but I'm also glad because this one will be from the point of view of Castile, and I love Castile. Castile is my second book boyfriend. The first one is obviously Jamie Fraser. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. The next one is another Brazilian book called Se Não Fosse Por Você, Eu Não Estaria Aqui. In English, this will be If It Wasn't For You, I Wouldn't Be Here. And it's a book of a collection of letters that those authors made for their younger selves. I think would be a very reflective and emotional book, and I can't wait to read this. The next one is House of Secrets, and this one remembered me a bit of Narnia, the Chronicles of Narnia, but without the Christian part. So I'm very interested on this. Basically those kids were very wealthy and had everything in life, but suddenly their father lose everything and they have to change their house, and in the house, this new house, they find basically, I don't know, a portal or something that brings them to another world, and this world will have creatures and pirates and a mad queen, and they will have to survive on this and maybe protect their reality as well. I don't know, I was very intrigued, and this thing of changing to a house and find a place there that transports you to another place, it reminds me a bit of Narnia, but yeah, let's see. The next one will be a reread. I'm going to reread Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I love Gillian Flynn. I am completely obsessed for her, and I love it. I love Gone Girl. I think this book is completely amazing and perfect, and I think would be a very interesting reread. The next one is Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. I think it's like that. I read 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, and I really enjoyed it, even though that book made me a little anxious. But I love it, and I think Sapiens would be as good as the other one. The next one is The Novice by Taro Mataro. This is another fantasy, and here we'll have a kid that is completely poor, and he end up somehow conjuring a very strong demon, and usually those demons are only conjured by the nobles, and the nobles use those demons to fight in the war. But with that, he got an opportunity to join the academy and learn how to deal and to conjure demons properly. But there, basically, this, I think this will be a fantasy book that will talks about a lot about social inequality, because this kid will have to prove himself a lot to show to the others that he belongs there, as much as the nobles does, and I think will be a very interesting read. The next one is Lasher by Annie Rice, and is the second book of The Witching Hour. I won't say the synopsis because I didn't read the synopsis, because if I read the synopsis I will probably get spoilers. So Lasher. The next one is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors, and I'm very intrigued by her writing. From what I heard, it seems amazing, and I think Blue Sisters has everything that I like. It has drama, it has like strong topics, you know, very deep topics, and I think it has everything that I like, and I can't wait to read it. And the last one, but not least, is Onyx Storm. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I know that this book is coming out on January, I think. Yes, January, right? But I won't read it right now. I won't. Iron Flame was a book that made me very stressed. There are things that I don't like on Rebecca Yarros' writing, and there were things that I didn't like on Iron Flame. So I would be more conscious right now, and I will wait to see how, you know, like what she brings for us. I will wait to see some reviews without spoilers, but I'll wait. Maybe I'll read it on the middle of the year or even the end of the year. But this one I'll make a vlog as well. This one, A Soul of Ash and Blood, and A Light in the Flame will be vlogs that for certain I'll make. Probably I'll make more vlogs, but yeah, that's it. This is my goal, my 25 books for 2025. Tell me in the comments if you have read already any of these books, and what is your goal? What is your reading goal for 2025? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!